everybody, welcome back to the channel. So, I thought this time we'd go ahead and I'm Ray Kennard and welcome back. So, if you guys are sticking around with Universal Month, this Universal Month is still kicking strong. But I figured, why not? Let's take a look at another film made by Focus Features. And this is a movie that was written by Charlie Wattell, David Rubinski, Kevin Wilmot, and the great Spike Lee. Directed by Spike Lee, we are covering BlackKkKlansman. Now, before I go on, a lot of people will call this movie BlackKkKlansman. Most people do, but honestly, they would be wrong. The movie is actually called BlackKkKlansman. I'm going to go ahead and show you why. BlackKkKlansman. The movie should be called BlackKkKlansman, but nope, they call BlackKkKlansman. I don't know. It just irks me. So I call BlackKkKlansman. Everybody calls Django Unchained. It's the Django Unchained. Okay? Now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about BlackKkKlansman. Now the movie centers around a detective in the Colorado Springs named Ron Stallworth, played by John David Washington, the son of Denzel Washington. Yes, we are covering another movie. We covered the father in Bone Collector, Denzel Washington. Now we're covering the son in BlackKkKlansman. So anyways, he plays a detective in the Colorado Springs around 1973. Though it kind of irks me a lot. I don't know why they called it, why it's decided to take place in 1973 or 1972, somewhere around there, when clearly, in real life, it was 79, 80. 78, 79, 80, somewhere around there. So he's a cop who's trying to basically, his goal is to go and try to dispatch the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK. Spike Lee said in interviews, he said, black man infiltrates Ku Klux Klan. So he's got 6 words out of that. So basically, he teams along with his assistant, Flip Zimmerman, played by Adam Driver, who was also nominated for an Oscar. This is the kind of thing, though, that I kind of wish this movie did win for Best Picture. I was rooting for this movie to win Best Picture. Topher Grace is fantastic. He plays David Duke, who's sort of a likable dickhead. He's a dickhead, he's sort of likable. He's the kind of guy that you want to hang out with. Not to say that the real David Duke was not the most perfect human being. He probably was a complete dick, and he's even going to run for president in 1989. Just want to bring that up, though. It has nothing to do with that, though. So basically, his job as a cop, he's supposed to get him. Basically, he becomes Ron Stallworth, so he becomes him to get into the Ku Klux Klan. So I hope that make that clear. It's a little confusing at first. It is fantastic. I love this movie. I really think that this is great. Jordan Peele produced it. So he basically he does a lot of things, but he's actually one of those cops, though. But it's really, really good. It's really well made. It also has Corey Hawkins. He plays another guy. There's another supporting role in the film. He would go on to star in the movie Richard Jewell, directed by Clint Eastwood. I don't know who his name is. I'm probably butchering that. It says here, based on the outrageous, incredible true story. Yes, this is crazy. The ending is a super, oh my god, what did I just watch kind of ending. It's not in the line of ending, but it's relevant to today. So, yeah, it's great, though. I love everything about this movie. I'm trying to think of anything else. There's not really much in this movie, but I will say this easily. It kind of did remind me a little bit of Argo. I don't know if it was copying Argo, but it kind of reminded me a little bit of that movie. And Argo is another fantastic film. That also dealt with the same type of story, though. But there's a lot of great music. Wow. Is there any negatives? Well, as I said in the beginning, the negative I could easily say with this film is probably the incorrect year. They should have kept the year intact in this film, but yeah, they should have. I mean, that's like saying Spike Lee's Summer Sam took place in the 60s and not in the 70s. Although in that movie, they had like a 79, 80 song in the movie that took place in 77. This movie right here, there's some scenes when they mentioned the movie Last Picture Show. In real world, if they were doing that conversation, Deer Hunter would have been the movie that would have came out that year. Or Kramer versus Kramer. They would have talked about that movie. So, lots of winks and nods. The music's great. The cast in this is incredible. Like I said, John David Washington, wow. Talk about a career starter. Then he would go on to star in the film Tenet, directed by Christopher Nolan. So, I could see him, like Denzel, I could see him get an Oscar someday. He could have got an Oscar for this. This movie should have got a Best Picture win, but no. They give it to Green Book, a movie that should never... I don't think I'll ever touch Green Book. This movie is just as good, if not even better in mobile viewings. I got this at Target a couple years back for around $10, and I gotta say it was well worth every penny. This film is a masterpiece. So I think I mentioned about that. Is there any other things I could say about this film? No. So, if I was watching it for the first time, this right here would be on the list of the best movies I watched for Universal Month. The action's good, the pacing's good, setting's great, action scenes are just right. Spike Lee, to be honest, is a filmmaking genius. He's also a guy that loves film, and it just shows you the fact that I don't understand why I didn't win Best Picture. But the final verdict is you must absolutely see BlackKkKlansman. It is one of the, if not my favorite Spike Lee film I've ever watched. It's done by tons of companies. This is also, I forgot to mention that the score from Terrence Blanchard is fantastic. It was made by Blumhouse, but it's not your traditional Blumhouse where it's like scary Blumhouse. This is more of a drama, but there's a lot of good moments. There's a lot of racial blurbs in this that he goes on the film and talks about saying racist things to I think I want to say David Ducey's calling. It's a fantastic movie. See this movie. I've said this many times. See this film. It is fantastic. I love every single moment of this. It's definitely well worth the writing Oscar. Spike Lee again, just holy hell. Spike, if you're watching this, thank you for making a fantastic film. I look forward to seeing more of your works. If you make more movies, I look forward to it. I'd love to see you work with another one with Jordan Peele. If you happen to watch this on YouTube somewhere, thank you for making this movie. The ending is just so impactful. I just was like, holy shit. I think I was so devastated. Near the end of the film, not going to give away the whole thing, but near the end of the film, it's very relevant today. I'll just say, very relevant if you haven't seen this film. Another masterpiece from Spike Lee. So, go see BlackKkKlansman. See this film. It's fantastic. I love it. And that's it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, let's get to 100 subs. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if you like what you saw, click the like button, hit the bell, give me a ding, and I will see you guys later. Stay healthy, guys. Bye.